Overall, though, Apple, if you just look, at this 3-minute chart, really decent sell-off last hour of the day from 423.20 down to 418s, closed right around 419. The way I think about something like Apple first is kind of what would I think if I didn't know earnings were coming out today? What would I think when I looked at this chart? And just kind of glancing at the daily, to me, this would just kind of look like a 420 back test. 420 was key support, and then once you broke below 420, that brought in a big time down move, first in April, and then again in June. And now you're back above, then you kind of regained 420, and now you tested below it again. So going into tomorrow, what I'd be saying is this thing has to regain 420 immediately. Otherwise, it's set up to do a retest of the July 8th low around 410, and then you'd have this open gap between 396 and 400 as very, very critical support. So, right away, before I even see anything of a reaction, just kind of key supports on Apple, 410, and then 396 to 400. Below 396 to 400, and Apple is going to the 350s. There's just no way around it, in my opinion, when you look at the chart. Those are really the only two support levels. Yes, there's the 388, 385 support range also, but my belief is, what's the point of going down all the way down to that 385 level if you're not just going to smash through it? To me, there would be too much bearish momentum at that. So 385, 388, also key support, but wouldn't expect it to hold. On the resistance side, hasn't been able to get, green closes above 431. Where it then closed above the opening price. Apple has never, or not never, but in the last couple months, Apple hasn't opened above 430 and then closed above 430. And then, opened above 430 and then closed above its opening price above 430. You see on July 18th, closed above 430 in the green, but it closed $1.50 below its opening price. So, key resistance on Apple, just from a chart perspective, 430. Apple hasn't opened above 430 in the green and then closed that same day above its opening price in the green. That's really what needs to happen. If earnings come out on this thing and it's a positive reaction, it gets above 430, it needs to get above 430. It would have to, in my opinion, gap up above 430 and then close above that gap up opening price and also above 430. Thinking about, what do you think about in terms of a flat trade? Say earnings come out and it just kind of meanders around 420. That's really, to me, would kind of hint at, a bottom being in place, the fact that it isn't able to find a catalyst lower. However, it would still just be then the normal trade, and you'd be focusing on that over under 420 trade. So non-reaction to earnings, neutral, in other words, becomes a matter of over under 420 trade to target either 430s test or 410s test.